The people are verifying the names on the side. Nigerians are in. Well, we are here in Kentucky, Louisville. Share the show here. We are here in Louisville, Kentucky. The Nigerian Association National Election Commission. National polling station that's open, and as you see, the people are verifying the names on the side. Nigerians are in line to cast the ballot this morning, and the lines are jam-packed. You see here, you see the former board chair lady, everybody here verifying the names so they can have the ballot and go and put the ballot right there in the ballot box. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Kentucky, Louisville. This is what goes on. You see the ballot? Right there, the ballot box. There's a white container, and you see it's a little bit of potential kind of breed here about receipts. The other cameras are not certified with the receipt process. So Nigerians all over the United States grow some food, and they are here to cast the ballot. 40 places, the station is open. No tension coming here, and things get out of hand. If you are watching us in Facebook land, we came here this morning. The contention right now, the argument here is that once your name is verified, there was a law passed that you have to come to the convention last night in order to vote. So that means you come and then you pay your $50 and get your receipt. Only those who will be allowed to vote are convention attendees. So those who attended the convention are now in line, and you come here to verify your name, your ID, and show your receipt, and your ballot is given to you, and you go and cast the ballot. That's what is going on right now in Kentucky, Louisville. I keep saying Minneapolis. I'm a native of Minneapolis, so we are going down here. Election. People have the receipt on the phone, and people have the receipts, the actual paper. So they are showing the receipts this morning, and they are doing the thing. We are here in Louisville, Kentucky, and the election has commenced. Polling places, polling station is open, and people are in line. Our mothers are all already here to cast the ballots. Some people will start driving as they cast the ballot and start driving and go to their various homes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us and you are part of the Grand United Association and you're here in the Kentucky Louisville area, you need to come out here now and start voting. They are putting process in place, and the election is ongoing. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to be here till, I think polling places probably close at 4 p.m. I think it's 4 or 5. I will confirm it with the election commission. The chairman, I will ask him, I will interview him, and we will get to know what is actually going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see people are taking their ballot and they're going on. The thing will be peaceful. So if you are joining us from anywhere you are this morning, Nigerians are in. Good morning. I got people in the studio here, so you're going to see Augusta Bain and then Eric Temple in the back here with me in the studio here. So
So let me play. I'm trying to get one or two things straightened up here. I'm going to give you a little bit of what happened yesterday in the hall. So I'm going to give you a little bit what happened in the hall yesterday. This basic information, and then the video, play-by-play video of what happened in the hall yesterday. As you see in the video, people standing in line to cast the ballots. You can see that the hall was packed yesterday when the election commission. If I'm going to tell you what I saw, okay, and what we got on video here. So what I saw and if you want to come on, I can send you the link. You can come on here. Let me send you the link. And what I saw, even though people say, "Oh, we didn't see," it is not constitutional to go and show your receipt to vote. And I will show you the guideline, also the election commission guideline. I will show it to you here, and you're going to see it. I got it. I'm going to put it out here, and you're going to see it. So the play-by-play description. There was a debate. The debate was on Saturday. I moderated the debate. And then the election was yesterday. I'm going to give you clear-cut information here. Confusion need to stop in our community, whether you like it or not. But I'm going to give you the clear-cut. If I was any of those teams in there, Edith team, Gilmore team, from the get-go, I was going to have serious issue with the guidelines of that election, and even send my letter to the poll and tell them to change certain things in there. But once I didn't do it and I go to the poll, I cannot blame anyone. I'll blame myself. So I'm gonna give you a play to play here. Let me see here, Madam. Let me send a link to you. You got two Facebook accounts. I don't know which one is which. So when and myself arrived at that particular convention hall, we arrived at that convention hall because we left from here. The convention hall, it was just like 12 minutes from where I lived. So we arrived at the convention hall by 9:30, almost 9:40, like that. We arrived at the convention hall. Again, people passing in the back, people trying to get out and go now. So just don't pay attention to the back, what's going on in the back. So people arrived at the convention hall. I arrived there with Augustus B. Wing. We took food in our car. We went and took the food inside. When we were taking the food inside, the police guy, they hired police. The police guy was coming from in the building. And when I went there, they said the guy came there to quiet some noise. People were arguing, and then the guy came, and then he passed. He went back in the police car and sat in the car. We put our food inside. I went and started setting up my equipment, video thing. So in that process, argument broke out. It was Uriah Song and one other guy. I don't know the guy's name. They wanted to know how many people registered, how many people came in with a receipt, and then how many ballots were printed. So they were requesting to count the ballots, so they can know the total amount of ballots. At first, the election commission chairman, Eric Tay, said, "No, we're not counting no ballots. No, we're not counting ballots." And that argument went on for like 2-3 minutes. And then I can remember Anthony Guyan, I can call it Baya from DC somewhere. Anthony Guyan, Rhode Island. He tried to quiet things down. The older folks then came and quiet things down. And they said these guys have the right to know how many ballots were printed, Mr. Commissioner. I even went into the commissioner, I said they have to know how many ballots were printed. You count the ballots. You have to count the ballots. Everybody. everybody have to agree before you start the process and know the amount of ballot that were printed. So obviously, the chairman, Eric Tay, agreed that they count the ballot. And then they started counting the ballots. And if you see in this photo here, the people were in line when I got there. The people were in line when we passed in the back and put the food down. And all these people in line, they told them to leave the hall. They told the people to leave the law. He said no first, that there was no need of ballot boxes. And when they talked to him, he agreed. He agreed to count the ballot. So all these people were in the hall. They put all these people out of the hall. And some people were complaining, some ladies coming to the front of it, that they have to catch the ballot because they had to go on catch the flight to leave. Some people said they were driving because you told the people Saturday night that the polling places are going to be open, the polling stations are going to be open at 8 o'clock in the morning. So mind you, people going there. And I went to that house like it's 9:30, 9:40. So people were online. They put the people on the line. They talked to the people. The people went out of the build. They went out of the hall. They went to right in the hall. In the hall before you enter the place. They were standing there. And some people went back outside. So the chairman of the election commission, after they agreed to count the ballot, he told them that he needed 2 observers from each side. He asked Tim Paul to send the observers. He asked Gilmore Slew came down to send the observers. Gilmore Slew sent Uriah Sohn. I don't know the gentleman's name. And he said, won't do. I don't know his name, but if you look in the video, I'll play the video and you would see the guy in the video. So let me bring it back here. Okay. So they sent Uriah standing right there in the blue shirt with the black jeans, folding his hands. They sent Uriah Sohn and they sent our guy. When you're seeing the video, I don't know his name. And then they asked either side to send her team. Either send Barclay and this lady right here in the green here, her back turned to us. They sent her to observe. What name? Yeah, Ellen Dobos. Yeah. So they started the process. Who are doing the counting? Clarence Amasikwe. Then Madam my party's wife, man, I forgot her name now. She on the commission too. She sat right there. Pressure sat right there. And they started counting and what's his name? They were counting when they reached 50, then they gave it to Eric. So the people outside now, they're yelling. So after they counted, they reached 200. So Eric said, let's bring the people in. Then the people start counting with this 200. Well, we stem. They had a stem. We stem it and we get to put a ballot in. Then we go on the other table and start to count. While 2 people here, they're observing the process, giving the ballot to the people with the commissioner. 2 other people here one person from the Gilmore team, one person from the Edith team. They go on the other side with with Madam Clarice Masikwe, and they go and continue on the process of counting the ballot. Why the people who online, who came here a long time to vote? We were just observing. Uriah said no. They should count all the ballots before they started the process. So Eric said no. We already got a stem, and the people go on. Uriah, they come, then we know the total. We got 200 here already. And then the noise, everybody went wild over the place. They went it was just everywhere. No. Huh? Then after that, the explosion of everything, the thing went out of hand. And I walk on the other side to control my camera to move it. And then I heard that they are pulling out. Okay, thank you, okay. Party. Thank you very much, Mr. William Payne, for giving me her name. Then Then the whole thing went out of hands. I heard, you see in the video, Gilmore Group, Gilmore in the house, Gilmore in that building. The only person who was in that building was Edith. But Gilmore in the building, Michael Gilmore in that building, Otavio Gilmore was in that building. It came later on, JJ Dennis, Daniel Pine, Uru Kala, I think Eric Cohn, all the board people were in that building. Things went out of hand, bro. Eric said, we're going to stem this ballot and the people are going to start process. Bring in, how he usher in the people came in the building and then they started process. And all of a sudden, Gilmore told his people to leave the lines because they had, I think, 3 or 4 lines. Let me play the video, you'll see that. He said that people should leave the line. And other people, and everybody, no, we're not leaving. Some people say, okay, and people follow him. And Gilmore, Urias, this guy now in a photo in hand, Urias on, and then they walk out of the place. And then the process started. They had 2 tables. One table, you see Madam Sequoia right here, that lady with the white hat sitting right there, and the guy verifying, to verify your ID with your receipt, and then you go and take your ballot to Madam Kiman Party in the back. So they pulled out of that whole race about 10 something. They were in there, they agreed, and they pulled out at 10, around 10 something. 10, 15. Yeah, Wayne was there. So they pulled out and said they're going to leave. Gilmore went to the people and told his people to leave the line, and they left the line. Some of his people stayed there. So let me bring you to, let's play it. That's right there, have a conversation with them.
Louisville, share the show here. We are here in Louisville, Kentucky, at the Brown Gillette Association National Election Commission. National polling station that's open. And as you see, the people are verifying the names on the side. Brangians are in line to cast a ballot this morning. And the lines are jam-packed. You see from here, you see the former board chair lady, everybody here verifying the names so they can have the ballot and go put the ballot right there. Ballot box. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in Kentucky, Louisville. This is what goes on. You see the ballot? Right there, the ballot box. There's a white container. It is sealed. It's a little bit of potential kind of breed here about the seats. The other cameras are not certified with the receipt process. So, Nigerians all over the United States grow some food. We are here to cast the ballot. 40 places. Station is open. No tension coming here.
You see, this is Gilmore right here. Right there. They were in the hall. The people were on the line. And he told his people to leave the line. You can see him right here in the glasses. I don't know, that blue or brown suit he had on right there. He told his people to get off the lines and walk out of the building. So the video is clear here. You can see that they were online.
If you are watching us in Facebook land, we came here this morning.
So that's it. They walked out of the hall, but we have Voice of GDA. We have Voice of GDA guys in the building. So yeah, don't mind the backstage of this whole thing. We are trying to straighten things out after this whole process. We have Voice of GDA in the building. Wayne was reporting from Voice of GDA, directly reporting from the Voice of GDA. And the Gostock Bain, he's gonna give his account of what he saw in the building. Because Bain and myself drove in the same car to go there yesterday. We took the food in, and then he went on the other side, and I was on the other side trying to set up. So Bain, tell us what you saw in the building, please.
Thank you, Prince. As Prince Ellis said, we got out of here and then went to. I just wanted the counter reaction from because I knew it was coming up, Prince. And I told you, look, I gotta go with this guy on the other side of the ark. So when they left the hall, I drove in.
So what you saw before they left the hall?
It was a chaos. It was a chaos among themselves.
Who themselves?
The team Amuenu. It was a chaos before they even left that hall 10:15, 10:16, because I was monitoring them. So when they got off, they fled. They left there. They left the parking lot and just went to the CP. And I didn't know that. So I got the address for somebody and they called cab, and this is how I got on the ground. When I got on the ground, I met a multitude of them. Some of them was some of them like communicating with our people. No, don't go. We are not on the election. We are not at a polling station. So do not attempt to go at the police station. Come straight to our headquarters. So this is how things went, and then they said they called a press conference. The president called up. It was the election commission first that I grabbed on the radio station, and he told our people in Zouérou and around the world that this election is not fair.
So who said it?
Uriah Son said.
The campaign manager.
Yeah, campaign manager said this election is not fair. To our reporter, that the guy that was in studio, Moses Badu. So Moses Badu asked me a question. So why did you back out of the election? He said they made some changes. They made the election commission and the board made a changes in some criteria that are not supposed to be part of the election or activity. Yeah. So after that, I talked to him personally, and then he said, I asked him. I said, "So what is your outcome right now that you are back?"
Who are you asking?
The honorable campaign manager. Yeah. I said, "Well, you are already back up. So what is your next step? Are you still going to be with the Grand Unit Association in America?" He said, "Yes."
Okay.
Yeah. Well, according to sources, I'm a journalist, and I was there, although I got sympathy for them. So this is how I got over there and started to report from their camp. So that's what happened. When the president came out to speak, he said the same thing.
Who, the presidential candidate?
The presidential candidate came to speak, or Gilmore. He said the same thing. So I asked them. I said, "Would there be any sprinter?" Because we experienced it before. We went to the election in I think it was Iowa, or
Arizona.
No, not Arizona. Where Fred pulled out. Where Fred Guian had. Where Fred Guian
took the
GGAD, the name. Extract GGAD from GGAA. So that was my question today. I said, would there be another sprinter? And they said, no, we're not. We are all Grand Unit, and we respect Grand Unit Association in America. We're not for any organization that will have effect on Grand Unit Association in America.
Mm-hmm.
So and then when the president Otabio Gilmore came to speak, I saw a lot of emotional cries. The presidential candidate. I saw a lot of it was so emotional that everybody they started to cry, sharing tears. So I don't know whether it was a sad emotional or it was actually because they left out of there, or misled our people. You know,
You think they misled the people?
I don't see, because I was there. I was there because
We want you to tell us what happened in the hall. When you went in the hall, what did you see?
I see.
You entered the hall about maybe about 9:30, 9:40 after we put the food in the hall.
Yeah.
So what did you see?
I see Uriah on the other side, you know, like start to have a argument. But he said, man, I want these people to come to the body. I want the people to come to the body. God, the bodies will be 1,220 bodies. According to chapters list that was submitted to the national.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now he said if the ballot is not being checked in front of us to get our 1,220, we are getting out of here. You know, so I don't know. The VP is here.
Oh, VP, come here. We're having a
live.
VP.
I'm on my way to the president, so I just stopped by.
So I don't know if the president can come. Want to get the president involved. So
yeah, that's why I'm going there now.
Yeah,
that's why I'm going there now.
We'll send her the link so she can join us.
No. We will come in the studio.
Okay. Oh man. Anyway, congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, really been admiring you. No, seriously. I mean, for the election, your interviews. Yeah.
So that was it. So I mean, everything was going live in Zwedru, Grand Jide County, and around the world before the JideFM.com. You know, so the election commission came out and said, nope, we're not checking it, we're not counting the ballot. This is it. So why they not counting the ballot? Why you guys? I went to him and said, why are you not counting the ballot? Because we expect 1,220 people to vote on the elect. He said, no, the thing already flipped around. We're using the receipt. The receipt from the hall or from the convention activity.
Yeah, those who enter the attendees.
Right. So this is where these guys concern is. You know, we don't know the hall it was jam packed because I was monitoring it from printing rush studio here.
Yeah, we have 800 people in the hall.
Okay, 800.
More than that. Yeah.
More than
when we extract the visitor, because the community people went there, the other people who not Grangidians we enter in there. We extract them by 800 Grangidians.
By 800 Grangidians. Just imagine. So why now that they got? I don't think this amendment in the Constitution that this is what's supposed to happen, supposed to have taken effect on this election. It's supposed to wait for the next future election.
So then let me play the devil advocate here now. It's supposed to be on the next election. Why the guideline was sent to all teams in around I think September of last year, August or September of last year.
Yeah.
And they know that the election commission told them that he can change and make changes in the rules. Why did they allow that part in there? They sent it, they saw it, and they sent in a letter of intent. They got qualified, and that thing was in there, and they didn't talk. Let me put the rules here so we can read it out here. I got the election guideline here. So we don't yet talk because we want to talk. We got things here. This is the guideline. How do I zoom this thing? I press here and hit enter.
Yeah.
Well, let me go to it.
Yeah. Sorry, I think the last limit.
The last limit?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you see here, Gwen, you can read it out here to the crowd. You see here before the signatures of them where you see a Dofo Sadie, you see a Clarice Massacre, you see a Precious Zidi, Kema Padie, Eric Lawson, Kau Nyongbeyo God needs very long. Tay is a commissioner. That before their signatures here, the last paragraph right here, they said note, it's in bold letters. He said note, name correction will be made at any time during the registration period until May 2nd. To honor that, they said the commission reserved the right to amend this rule during the electoral process, provided the participating teams are informed of such amendment.
Okay.
Why would I allow this to be there?
Praise the Lord.
Why?
This is where they went wrong.
If I was on that team, I would say no. I can't go on the football field to go play football. 90-minute game.
Yeah.
Then the game is going on. Then you
Yeah.
want to change the rules. I was refusing.
Okay.
They had the right to say no. We're not going by this guideline.
They did not.
But the election commission and I think the board of directors called them to.
That's why it says right here. You don't read it. That's why it say. That's why it say. It said that the rules can be changed in the process, provided that the participating teams are informed. So that meeting to call them was to inform them that these rules will be changed.
This is where they went wrong.
Why, when you could not accept this thing as a man who is learning to accept that to be placed on there. I would tell the election commission, look, my man, look, you have to remove it. If they don't remove it, we'll wreck the poll and put it on record. First, we have to write them and put it on record.
So what the election commission?
After we put them on record, then we send complaint to the board that these rules not in our best interest. Okay. That's what you do. You do not accept those rules and go on the ball fee. Then you say, why you changing the rules?
You play hand, they play hand. It's okay.
Yeah. Now we're playing the football game. Yeah, what you say? Then the man say, anybody who touch the ball with a hand,
okay.
Obviously, at the point game, you didn't tell us that. Why were you in the game? So if I were on that team, and the guy has some people in both teams. Yeah. Why did they allow that? That's the serious problem they did. They shouldn't have allowed that. They should have written the election commission directly, Mr. Commissioner.
Right.
This rule should be removed.
Right.
You cannot change the look. I serve on election commission in Minneapolis. Right. The organization, one of the biggest organizations in Minnesota, in the United States. Right. The organization of Liberians. We did not make rules changes in the middle of the game. Every rule that we put and signed was the seal out rule sent out there. I blame the Gilmore team because when they said, listen, I'll give you the chance. Okay. I'll give you the chance. Okay. When they made that rule and they called them, Eric Tay called them, called the two teams, and called the board so the board can probably be witness to them, whatever we're talking. And then they put that rule there. They said no. So the board said, write us.
Nobody.
If you go to a meeting here and you not agree verbally, and I say, right. I mean, and you don't read after the election period. I mean, you consented to it. You agree with it.
So if I now go on the football on the playing field and the game is started, so if you change a rule, if I know you change the rule, right, and in the penalty in the 18-yard back, and the opponent try to put my goalkeeper, they kick the ball and my goalkeeper already gone in an angle. And I standing right there. When I grab the ball with my hand, what you say? Get out of the field or give me red card?
If you change the rule that is acceptable to that is acceptable that you can hold the ball with your hand.
Yeah.
If the referee blow for no red card, we will file protest.
Okay, that's why many people are walk away.
So did they file protest?
They didn't file protest. According to the interview that I had.
Listen, the scenario you gave is different because the action took place when he caught it right there.
Yeah.
But when the referee said the rule will change when the people can touch the ball with their hands, and then you are playing and somebody catch the ball with their hand and I blame penalty, and the ref didn't blow, I ain't got no pride. It ain't going on.
You see what
because when you told us that when you say that the man can catch the ball with his hand,
in your new rule,
in the new rule, I knew I'll go away. I'll tell before the game starts. I'll tell the best of the rule again.
Okay, and
the old FIFA can play football that day.
Yeah, and the old law said don't hold the ball with your hand. And the Grand National Election Commission came out and said, oh, we can grab the ball when
before the game start.
Before the game start,
I will tell the people say no, they rule not correct rule.
Okay, but
I agree.
Besides that,
I agree. And go on our football field and the game start. And somebody hold the ball with a hand. And I want you up. They'll tell me to be stupid, man. They'll tell me to be stupid, man.
So Tia Mino was stupid.
They acted very foolish and stupid in the hall.
I mean, I don't think so because I'm not a legal counsel for whatever.
And I'm not a counsel, but I'm looking at the reality of it. I'm looking at the reality of the whole process.
These rules were there. They read the rule before coming to the process. The only thing that they was backing up. Don't back up. Go through the process. You read the rules. Everything they were accused of were in the chat room.
Right.
They had a lot of time to make changes.
Right. So
people paying the hard-earned money to attend the kind of event.
Right.
You want to be a leader. You got your country at heart.
Right.
But you tell people to walk away. What does that entail?
Okay.
What does that entail? Telling grandchildren do not vote. Walk away. We are not here for individual, my brother. We are talking about GGAA. One person just tells you after spending all your money,
Yeah.
you yet to vote, whether it's fair or free, then they get out of the hall.
Yeah.
There's a splinter group that we
Yeah.
are talking about.
Okay. Now
You know that was the reason. You see the 32 votes.
Yeah.
Because when he look in at it, when he came on in front of the people and told the people to leave the line, some of the people said they were not leaving the line.
They become rebellious.
Because you brought the people from their hotels, from their states in first place to come to this trip. It's not easy.
Yeah.
I have to take off from my job. I have to buy my airplane ticket. I have to get a rental car. I have to book a hotel. If you knew that the rule was not just changed to last night on Saturday, it was changed before we got here, you should have told me. That's why most of the people say they're not leaving. They're going to vote. And I talked to one of them that I interviewed, and I will bring her on this evening when I'm having my show. I'm not calling her name now, but they are supporters of Gilmore. They said they were discouraged and disappointed in them. The mere fact that they left their hotels this morning and went online. Then you came now and tell them they are children to leave the land. They're not going to do that. They're not going to follow you. Grand Jury is above all. So they voted. And they were in the hall dancing. And I know them. I said, what's going on? And she was doing live. If I can play her tape, she was going live. She said, "Can you tell? Let me talk to you." She brought me in your video and she explained to me. So I'll call her video tonight and play her video. You do not treat people like that. That was disappointed of. That was very much disrespectful.
So do you think this is not a fear to eat it poor? I mean, that's multitude of people that are going.
They should have gone.
They should have gone on the other side. On the other side.
I saw them.
But they are liberty to.
You are not here for individuals. Or just feed the people.
I mean, that's the
for
fear.
Individual. They don't count for the county. They don't count for the county. They don't count for the association.
Who are fear and fear or what?
I mean, she coming in the studio because according to reliable source, she said that she was supposed to have gone to the. I stayed over there for a length of time.
She told you that she was going there?
She told me that she told somebody that.
But did you call her as a journalist? Then you heard it.
I called her. I didn't call her.
Okay, so
the person was reliable source, and I said,
your reliable source said she was going there.
Will you accept either poor when she comes here? When you will welcome her? And the president said, yeah. The aspirant said, yes. We all.
Who aspiring?
Tim or Otavio's Gamer.
But what the problem with her going there?
She tried to she tried to smoke peace poise.
What the peace there? Is there nothing going on? Is there any trouble for peace?
I mean,
if I go to a football game, and they play and they change the rule, and I don't want to play, I go home. What's the peace like? Not there.
I mean, she's your president. She don't want to be in division.
I want to come in a little bit because I'm sitting with two journalists. As an adult, what I just witnessed this going election. I'll just say that, Grand Jury Association is above all. If you take upon your time, you take all your resources, you got all your days off, and you come here, and somebody is saying, do not stand on the land to vote to exercise your right, and you follow that process. You don't have the county house. You don't have the association house.
Yeah.
Definitely so.
Yeah, but it was premeditated by these guys.
Okay, if they are premeditated,
if anything goes wrong over there, we'll back up.
Okay, let me send it to you.
Okay, what I'm saying, when they're premeditated,
yeah,
people that are left the land,
studio
that came out here to vote,
right,
and left the land, and father said, don't vote and boycott the thing.
Yeah,
these people don't have the county at heart. They don't have the association at heart. They would have voted 200-300 people, 471 votes to 37. Then you got about 200-300 people in your headquarters. You should allow the people to vote, no matter what happens in elections, whether fair or free. That is election. Get the people the opportunity to vote. But he said, walk out. I couldn't walk. If I were in a menu, you said, walk, I couldn't walk out. So I get the 37 people that voted, I get the hands up.
So you on the board of directors?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. With the board making those changes.
The board did not make the changes.
Board had nothing to do with it.
The board did not make the changes.
Why they call it two parties to board?
Because the electoral commission make a rules. The electoral commission rules are different.
The election commission, the board, the two teams went to the meeting, and the election commission chairman Eric Ted said that
These are
People
the
who
rules.
going to vote that day must go to be convention attendees.
Yes.
Go to the convention, pay your $50 your list, your name come with a receipt.
Yes. It
And
is
then
written.
both teams said no.
Yeah.
They don't agree with it.
Right.
So the board said, go, since you don't agree with it, go to your people, you'll put things, you'll write it and send it to us.
Let me just lay it out.
Let me tell you, let me end.
Okay.
The board said, right, you live in this war here that we live in.
Right.
You don't, the Supreme Court, for you go to the Supreme Court, you go there with case. Supreme Court, not yet, while you're on the phone and start making cases. You write and send it so they can put it in there as evidence. Because when the boy here moved, the other boy can, they will follow the way your friend did. And the board said, right, and you go, the two teams didn't go, they didn't write the board until election, and you blame the poor. You blame the poor.
That's what
Why we're going to write one line, write one line,
Yes.
say they rule here, we didn't agree with him, Mr. Bull, so please look into it. Period, and sign it, and send it to the board.
But this is it first. This is the first time ever thing happening the way.
But
No, it never happened.
listen, when Gibson Jeru then election commission, when they start asking for people election, asking for people
Election.
who serve, who were elected in their state to serve their state, it was the first time. It was the first time.
Things are starting somewhere.
So it was the first time.
Oh.
It was the first time. And what did we do? We all yell here and they open the book and they show it to us and we move on. There were people who were disqualified at that time. So were disqualified. Kilmore was disqualified. Boti Time then were disqualified. Tao Kamara then people were disqualified.
So as what's your analysis now on what's the best solution in the entire thing? What's the best solution?
What solution I had?
I mean, let's have to be some dialogue.
Dialogue on what?
Listen,
We faction. We don't war faction.
No, it's not a
Have
war
a
fight,
dialogue
but you
on what?
You driving Granjina. They are
Why you got driving
Look,
Granjina?
Look, I just said
I mean,
it.
just
Who
saying
drove
that.
them? Who drove them?
I'm just speaking out of
I asked you,
analysis.
you know, who told somebody to leave the hall yesterday?
Because it was premeditated to them.
Look, man,
They were premeditated.
Bing, you have to open your
look,
mind.
man, we have seen that.
If I
We're
I'm
back
not
there.
speaking on behalf.
no,
I'm
Bing.
speaking on analysis.
I know
We're not speaking on behalf of anybody here,
Right.
but we're looking at what happened in the hall.
we are being.
And we're looking at how things were done. The board came here, the election commission came here on my show, and he said it. He communicated with them. The particular paper here said that the people would. I want to ask you as a point. Take politics out of this thing here. If I want to ask you, if you go to an election, if you are in this place here, and the election commission come at the bottom of the paper and say that they get it ready to amend the rules of this the guideline, will you have gone into this?
And because of
Were
that,
you?
we called them. They both called them.
I couldn't have gone into this particular election. The only way I'm going to go into this election until they change it before I go inside.
I mean, this thing has been
What-
around for years. That particular clause you just pulled up, it has been around for years.
Which one?
The one he just pulled up that they can change, or Gibson Jeru change that the election commission can put anything in there.
But this is what they were called upon. They went to the board. If you don't like it, put it in writing. Look, what was telling the people, even the $50 bill, the sense will be by the GA, will be paying the $50.
Right.
It's not a new thing. But this time around,
Yeah.
when the voting time, the process was coming out, we want people to pay the $50.
Yeah.
Because according to the Article 8, Section 8B of the Constitution, the National Conference elected officials. You get me?
Yeah.
The National Conference elected officials. Now, who make the National Conference? The attorney, the delegates.
Then listen to this guy who came on here. The
Okay,
doctor's trying to join.
okay.
Dr. Khan
Yeah.
tried to join.
So,
But Dr. Khan, if you're watching us, you have to put your cam. You have to accept your camera. Your one of your device is not there to go. So please accept it. Then you can. Jody, what's there? You can't eat on the show.
I'm not eating.
They take the food from in front of you.
Prohibited.
I'm not talking about man of God, man.
You don't eat on the show.
You're around
What's
the
your
corner.
take? What you saw yesterday in the hall?
Listen, by the time I got there, the chaos that these guys wanted to bring about have subsided, and they went back to their base. And I'm thankful to God that nothing happened. But I think that was a peaceful electoral process. Everything went through. We have a new leader, and we'll have the rally behind this leader to give our fullest support. But a lot of things I took away yesterday. First of all, I think Mr. Gilman, he fought a good fight. He did everything. But I think those that are his advisor will live to regret their actions. What they did yesterday was not fair to the young man by forcing him to retreat or to walk away from the elections. I think they had good numbers and there was a good chance they could have come out triumphantly. But for some reason, unwarranted reason, they walk away. And I think they will live to regret their action. But the bottom line here is this organization is bigger than any individual. And we will not sit back for allow anybody because of their self-centeredness or because of their own ego to want to come and destroy our organization. We will fight tooth and nail to protect this organization because we have a greater share in this organization. The organization remains supreme. And anybody who want to break away, all we can say is we are brothers. When you feel the heat has come down, you are always welcome on board. This organization is moving forward. The train has left the station. And one other thing I want to note here is, Prince, I am so happy. So many things fell my way in this particular election. Prince, our constitution that was adopted, a lot of good things inside. No more will anybody who will not want to progress will come around our national presidency. The amendment of accelerating this thing from a high school graduate to how to call it, to an associate degree is a progress made. It's a huge progress made for our organization because that alone will encourage people to go back to school. Because if you endeavor to be part and parcel of this organization or lead this organization, you have to go back to school to earn an associate degree. No more will we have anybody come around and just come from anywhere and say they want to become president. Listen, we respect the view of everybody. We want everybody to be part and parcel of this organization. But to lead us, you have to come with some credential. So I'm coming away with so many good things. Again, our leadership in Minnesota was solidified. So again, that's another point. So many things fell my way. But again, it is disheartening that we come to this stage that people, the advisor around the Game of School team, misled this young man and hired him walking away. I'm so sad. I feel bad for him. And I told Daniel Pan yesterday, I went on the camp. I told him right in the faces that you guys will live to regret the actions, the way you directed this young man. And so let me give other people time to speak while I digest my food here.
Let me, doctor, how you doing? Welcome to the Print Double Show.
Thank you, Prince. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. But before I go there and bring on your own doctor, let me answer Manankana question here. She said, Prince Double, can you please ask the brother? Their team was never informed about paying the $50 before voting. I need answer. Were your team ever informed by any time?
Listen to me. That's a good question, but I'm not here
as a team. You're fine. You are reporting yesterday from the Voice of Jide. This man made the people in Grand Jide County yesterday to hear everything and see everything we did in the state of Louisville. So he was at that camp as a journalist, not as a supporter of any other camp. He was at that hall and he had to follow them to go and get their own side of the story. And I'm also a member of the Voice of Jide, and they were relaying on my page also, so they're getting information from both sides. I'm at the hall and he's over there. So what are linking you to this to our camp?
I mean, I want that purpose.
Are you a sympathizer of a camp?
Of course.
Affiliate of them.
Everybody got blood running in a vein.
Okay, so you answer the question. Yeah. Madam, doctor, let me call the woman go to school. Dr. Kine. How are you, man? Congratulations, you became your doctor. We are grateful that you did. I didn't call to tell you thanks, but thank God that you did it. Thanks.
Yeah. All thanks to the Quinnipiac people. My Quinnipiac people did it too.
Yeah. So, madam, you follow the whole election here. You didn't come. You're kind of busy, but you follow the whole process. And what's your take on everything from how you see everything going now?
So Prince, first and foremost, I want to congratulate Edith Poir on winning the elections. And to me, I'll always speak to the truth or to what's wrong in the community. over the years, I have never had to show my ball ticket to vote. I've never. And I voted in several Grand Juda Association elections. So for that rule to come up all of a sudden, like that was kind of like, oh, what happened here? And to me, if you are an election commissioner, it is upon you to educate the masses, to educate the people about the process. But in the end, a lot of those people, I'm not a supporter of Gilman. From the get-go, I kept saying it, that Gilman is not capable of leading this organization. This organization is already on life support. So it wasn't the time for him. I'm not a supporter of Idepoa either. But when it comes to picking who will be able to take the organization to wherever it will come off life support, I think the current administration would be a better choice, you know. But my thing is that changing rules or putting in things in place in the middle of the whole process was just not called for, you know. I've never had to show a ticket. You prove me wrong, because I've never had to prove that I attended any ball to vote. All we know on Sunday mornings when we go to the polls to vote, they have a roster from your state, from whatever chapter you're a member of. That's the roster they show. We have never had to do this. So if that thing was going to be in the guidelines, the people they should have educated the people and let them know. You don't go to a noisy place on Saturday night and make an announcement, or Friday and make an announcement, and then all of a sudden these people feel like they cut them off guard, that they didn't know.
Who people felt that were caught off guard?
The Gilman team, because following.
But I want to say that, do you know that 2 or 3 weeks for this election, that the election commission, the board, and the 2 teams were called into a meeting, and that was told to them?
Yeah, but you told me that this morning.
Let me tell you that, and the 2 teams disagree with the rules, and then the board said, we are here to observe the meeting. You write us a letter and tell us that you disagree, then we can open a case to it. And they say they're not going to write.
Prince, why would the board, even if this thing is about the election commissions though, why are they independent and separate from the board or the committee of the body?
When they came out, there was a noise. The board will not let things to inflame before they start getting involved. They're not letting sport. So the board said, right, why was it going to take anyone who didn't agree to write a piece of note, say we don't agree with the team, and sign it and send it to the board?
Yeah, that was
if I tell you, say, if I'm playing a football game, I can't look at the rules, what the election commission sent. If I want to ask your honest opinion, will you, as a sound woman, will you accept to go in a race like this?
No, I wouldn't.
What the election commission is telling you, say the commission reserved the right to amend its rules during the electoral process, provided that the participating teams are informed about such amendment.
This is why
you sent in your intent letter. You accepted the rule. You accept. Then you go to the meeting and say we're going to put it there. Why you couldn't talk to the team? And after that, the election commission will call on my show. I interview him. People call him. And then the board came on the show and explained it. And they came and then time to do it, and you get in. Why would you go for a debate in the first place? If you didn't agree with it,
why would the election commission even put that in the paper that it would unilaterally change the rules? Like, to me,
because they allow the election commission, they get the election commission the right to do that. If I were in that process, I would tell the man, say, Muleting, I would send in my straight to the board, and not even back to the board.
I agree. Trust me, I agree with everything. What they should have done yesterday was contest. And then after contesting, then they could have filed a protest. That was the bottom line. But for them to not participate in the process is their fault. At this point, there's clear-cut winner. Because you guys were in the line and you pull your people out, you pull your people from the line to vote. All these things, all these discrepancies could have been discussed in the end. 5 protests. the process could have happened, and then you file protest. But my thing is that, the election commission, they blunder a whole lot. They did blunder. Let's just face the fact. Because you don't go putting things in there. The vast majority of the masses of this organization will not understand some of the terminology. So you should bring it down to their level, explain things better, and let people know. Yeah. But the problem here is that you sit there on Saturday or Friday, and you make announcement in a noisy hall, and then now these people did not know. But over time, like I continue to say, honestly,
my point here, when you say that some of the voters didn't know, that's one I agree on it. But not those who are contesting. All the contestants knew.
No. It's the voters that
the voters.
The
other people don't understand it, but not those, not Edith side, not Gilman side.
No, Prince.
They knew
about
about it.
The Gilman Sioux team, they made their blunder. That's their problem. But my thing is that I'm saying those people that feel disenfranchised because they pay their way, they bought tickets, they did a lot of things and got there, and in the end, these things came up. I'm concerned about the voters. I don't Gilman and Sioux, the blunder. You should not have pulled your people out off the line to say don't vote. Even if there were 50 people that were going to vote and that process was going to take place, I think it was going to give this young man a better way forward in the community. Right now, I don't see him. He shouldn't come back to say, "Oh, we're coming to run," or this and that. No splitting up the community. Let's move forward. You lost the election because you sat there and you took your people off the line to vote. You didn't go through the process. The process should have happened. And since he failed his voters, he failed his people, his supporters.
And then they went in the process after they announced it on Saturday. Sunday, they went in there and they demanded that the ballots be counted. I will walk out of the thing. Why would I want to demand that they count the ballot in front of me to know how much ballot was printed? When they counting it in the process, I say I walk in out of the place. That was to me it was immature.
I think they demanded the ballot should be counted because of the start of the recruitment from every state.
But were they not counting the ballot in front of you?
Every state has a roster.
But I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. We understand, but when they demanded that the ballot be counted, were they not counting the ballot?
No, the ballot was not counted, brother.
Why would you say the ballot was not counted?
The roster said 1,200.
Were they not counting the ballots?
How many ballots did they print?
That was what they were doing. They did not count the ballots.
No, they did not.
They did.
Why did they walk out?
Prince, you yourself told me they counted up to 200 ballots.
They counted for 200. So
he said,
but why would you say they were not counting the ballot?
According to the campaign manager,
why when you can't call campaign manager, you're in the hall, you go report as a journalist, and you say that according to the campaign manager.
Listen. When we got there, the argument was already on. Yeah. When we got there in the hall. Yeah. So the campaign manager said, the 1,200 ballot and 220 ballot, you put it outside and count everything. Let's see let it be exact. That's right. That's what made them to walk out.
No, man, report real story there. People understand the story.
After
they said that the ballot should, they said that the ballot should be counted.
Yeah.
Then the commissioner argued. Other people got involved, including me, and said, "Well, man, you got to count the ballot because we got to know the amount of ballot you printed." And they agreed. Clarence Massaquoi took the ballot and were counting the ballot, and then they boom. Some people say they're coming out of the putting out of the thing, and you say, "Why the ballot was not counted?" The ballot was counted.
However,
what are you talking about?
Tell me your people to walk out.
I can call Clarence Massaquoi right now and ask her if she was not counting the ballot. Come, Keman Party and ask her. Keman Party was the one who was handing the ballot to Clarence, and she was counting the ballot. I was standing observing them.
I hope the president will come on the show so she can.
Prince,
the president was not in the hall.
The issue here is that Heritage saying that, even when they asked him the first time to count the ballot, for him saying no, that was like a huge blunder on his part too.
But then he said no. Then later on they persuaded him and they errors.
So you see,
but the ballot not counted. I can say no. People talk to me. Were they not counted? The reason here that they did not count.
200 ballots were counted. So it wasn't the whole ballots that were counted.
Yes, they counted 200. People had to leave. So because you're counting, you're told the poll, you're opening the polls at 8 o'clock. People went there. They were in line up to 9, almost 10. And they still turning around. So why you could not stem it? There are 2 observers each that they send. They counted 200 ballots. The chairman said, let's stem this ballot here with two of y'all, with one of these people, and y'all go on the table. The people who standing on the line, y'all get to put the ballot, they put be voting. You riot soon, and another person with the other lady, y'all go on the table, y'all go count the ballot, the remaining ballot. And they said, no, they're walking out. Why even accept? So because of this, you inconvenient grandchildren who had to go catch a flight standing on the line?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Once
I mean, we're not fair to the poor, but let's listen.
200 ballots, they should allow the process to take place instead of allowing the process to take place so people can leave, because people have other responsibilities. It's not only to grant the association. So once they had counted those 200 ballots, I'm not sure if 200 people were even in the line that were waiting.
Yeah, well, they were not no point in the line. We're not 200.
So I mean, it was just too many.
1 minute, everything. 1 minute. Somebody call before you. Let's listen to Mr. Alexander Yala.
Yeah, Mr. Dawa, good morning, and good morning to your studio guests, Mr. Queen and Mr. Campbell, and also good morning to Dr. Kai. First of all, let me respectfully disagree with my cousin-in-law, Dr. Kai, on the section she made that never in the history of GGA. I mean, that would be based on her experience, and she might be right, but about nobody has verified anything about tickets and no convention or receipt before voting. So I just want to correct that. Historically, it has happened. I contended on the ticket of William Congley as for the secretariat, and that elections, people were the election commission asked people to present their ticket from the board before the vote before the voter in our election. So there's a history in GGA that had happened. So I just want to bring that up. It might be maybe before she got into GGA because maybe she was not around that time. So I just want to correct that. Secondly,
no. Excuse me, Alex. Let me correct you too, because I'm saying that on the elections that I've participated in and voted, nobody had ever asked me about my blood ticket.
I did send out that disclaimer already.
That's why you said maybe you didn't know.
Don't say you correcting me. That's not making a correction. That's just telling me your part.
I'm telling you, I'm correcting you historically because you don't know the history about this whole thing. So
no. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me I don't know the history.
Alex, just make your point, Alex. Make your point.
Let me progress here. Historically, we have went through that process before, so I just want to make that.
Okay, just make your point clear, but don't tell me say you correct.
Yeah, you say that made progress now. That made progress. That made progress. Quiet, Yala.
Progress.
Yala.
Okay. So my disagreement with the lady is that the rules, the election commission was elected by the ballot, and they were given the power virtue of the Constitution that they can come up with guidelines. And once the guidelines is drafted, it becomes law. And you read the guidelines just now. There's a clause in there that says they are empowered or they have the authority to change the rule at any given time. So, like you directly told your senior guest, Mr. Green, that this team had all right to have refuted anything that's in there that they know would have gone, that would have contravened the process, but they did not, and they went to the process. So obviously, this is a calculated plan to just throw monkey wrench in the rekindled piece of GGA, and I think that's very disheartening. However, we are all individuals. We all belong to the organization, to the county, and we all strive for the best of the county. So I mean, the last part she raised, and I agree with her that they should have just seen the process and filed protest prior to the election or after the elections. So that clearly I agree with her 100%, because anybody who knows very well that something is not right, they will not even venture to be part of it. But if you went in election, she said, and everybody is saying the election commission came in the middle of the game to change rules, they would have just completed the process and then filed their protest. So again, historically, yes, we have voted by showing, how they call it, convention board receipt. I just want to make that clear. Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Yara. Thank you. Mr. T.
Yes, sir. I just wanted to.
You in time? Why you can't join the studio?
I'm getting ready to go to the airport right now.
Oh,
I
okay,
could
sorry.
join
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
sorry. So I just wanted to join my cousin. I tell my saying that she's making multiple spreading a lot of misinformation out here on social media and coming to post it.
Can you say why you call, brother? Just leave what you say on social media.
Let me clarify that.
Yeah, clarify.
So our guidelines were written almost since October of 2024. Well, these people have the guidelines, everything. We discussed that. That's the same guideline we use to approve them. The point is that most of them did not read the guideline. They don't even read it. And then when we called them to meeting to explain this, they were shocked. And we asked them, they don't even know, like they didn't even know. The only thing they looked at was a flyer we put outside about crucial dates. So going out there and blaming other people is wrong. Let me go straight to the election. What really happens during the election process? I did not refuse to count the ballot. I told Uriah. Uriah came in the morning. He said he got multiple concerns. I said, Uriah, where is your observer? Where are your observers? He said, I'm the observer. And then he bring one Mervyn Swat. I said, okay, good. What is your concern? Uriah's concern was the ballot. He does not like the design of the ballot. Prior to that, on Friday night when I was leaving the convention, going to my hotel, he ran behind me and said, brother-in-law, we don't like the ballot design. We want you to change it. I said, Uriah.
Change the ballot Friday night?
Yeah. He's going to change the ballot. Sometimes people don't know that you go on social media and start. Let me just clear this out. He asked me, say, I must change the ballot. I said, Uriah. We spent $350 to print this ballot. It's already printed. All our work are ready to go. I don't have any money to print any ballot anymore. The little $650 budget they gave us is already gone. If you guys are waiting to finance that, I already have my laptop in the hotel. I will go and redesign it. First thing tomorrow, Saturday morning, I'll go to Kinko's to reprint it. But I don't have any money to finance that. But I'm willing to accommodate your team. He refused. So I said, but if you don't, I'm not going to use my money because we already printed this. What am I going to say to the board of county? Request another money because, another team said they don't let the design, even though they received the sample ballot 3 weeks before to the convention. And the only thing they requested when we send the sample ballot to them, the only thing they requested to be changed is their pictures. I can send you the email to prove that there is the picture they requested to change. Now you come in the daily election, you're asking me to change the ballot. How is that possible? So when I turn around for him to go there, Michael gave us my final reason we can get use the word. Excuse me, I'm about to use this. You didn't get a heck out of your final reason we can pull out of this damn place. That's a statement Michael McGill made.
On I seen Saturday, Sunday or when?
That's during the election now. Without more, that's Sunday morning now. That's a statement he made. So when I went down, I look at him, I just walked down Jackson. But that's when I say, you know what, man? The people have been in line forever. We need to start this process here. It's 1,100 ballots we printed. Go ahead and count the 200 ballots. There are 2 people go over there, 2 observers go there, and count the rest, and we start the process. That's how we made our recommendation because we're trying to accommodate the people that was in line to leave. So it's not like I refuse to count the ballots. No. We're just trying to accommodate the people because we lock the door. Those are inside, we're trying to get it out. Get in, count the ballot, get out. Then by the time those people finish down, then they finish counting the ballot, then we can continue with those outside. That is how, I came out saying, no, I'm not ready to count all these ballots. But we can count the first 200 and then the other 2 representatives can go and start counting the rest. So I just want to make that clear to my sister that no election rules were changed in the middle of the game or last minute. No. Those guidelines were there. They knew about it. Some of them, they didn't even read it. When you call somebody right now, you ask them for the guideline, they don't even know they don't locate it. So please, your own negligence, you cannot hold the election commission responsible for that. I have been very clear. I was very clear and transparent throughout from day one to the entire process. The only thing, the thing I can apologize to is the core team. But most of the things that were proposed, and I think Gilmore called me as a friend. I met Erica, we do this, and everything they said that I did everything. Come to find out, the only disappointment is that Gilmore is listening. He did listen to the wrong people, and I think they didn't do him right. D-Rod, Daniel Pine, JJ Dennis, those people did not do Gilmore right, and I think that is very disappointing. Do you think JJ Dennis want Gilmore to win this election? JJ Dennis is preparing for the next election. When Gilmore wins
allegedly
second turn,
I know
he will go for the second turn. So by the time we say JJ Dennis will be over, I tell you, you don't have the energy to run. So you might want somebody who will go one time before you can run next time. So you gotta be careful who advise you in this community. I'm just saying that you gotta be careful who advise you in this community. Because people can be advising you for their own interest, not your interest.
Okay.
So thank you. So 6 please, anything that you have concern, please, you can reach out to get the facts, not far from one side. I'm almost open. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Eric. I know you listen. I know you're listening from wherever you are, Eric. But my thing is that you should not put certain things in the election commission guidelines that makes it fishy. So whatever you say, I know you did your part, but you still will be blamed for a lot of the chaos that happened on Sunday. You should have organized it better, and knowing that Grangians would leave town because people have other responsibilities. It's not only to Granjida Association. People fly in and want to leave on Sunday. So open the polls, even if you have to open the polls at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and get things going. Because once you sign up for a tax, you should be willing to make the extra sacrifices. So now a lot of people
and the part about it, people open the hall at 8. From that time to that time, we have enough time to get out, vote, and leave the place.
It's always chaos. It's always problem when it comes to Granjida Association elections. Let's go
to Bernard Bafford doing the SM Galley. Then there's a brother from Liberia. We need to call him back on his WhatsApp number to get. And one minute, but Bernard, go ahead.
Yeah, Prince. Forgive me if you're not hearing me. You can call me off because the network not go to where I'm working.
Yes, just go ahead. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Good. My other concern that I have is the $50 receipt requirement affects both teams. Both Idepoa team and Gamer team. And the voters are Grangidians, the people that went to the convention. When you look at the hall, it was packed with people. Obviously, a lot of Gamer supporters already paid that $50 to enter. Why is it that their team is the only team that claiming that they are being affected by that $50? You see, that's why I don't understand. Most of the people that went there went to the convention. Now, even the election commission, I heard, set up a process for those who were not able to pay that $50 at the gate. They can pay it when they are ready to vote. So what actually is who is the extra person that is not capable of paying that $50 so much that they think they are not going to win? That's my question. And I want your studio guests to explain it. And I want anybody that is capable of explaining it to explain who are the extra Grangidian that are not really capable of paying this $50 when they actually left from their states and they went to the convention. They can afford to pay their hotels, they can afford to buy gas, they can do everything. But this one gate intake is the only obstacle that they could not pay. I didn't see no Granjida who could not afford that because I've seen a lot of people that went to that hall, they pay, they got their receipt in their hand. And if there was somebody who didn't pay, it might be just few, maybe less than 2% of the people that went there. And that could be accommodated when they go on the table to go and vote. So you are explaining to me. Let them be able to explain who are their voters that are actually disenfranchised from this decision. That's my question.
Let's go to SM Galley.
Okay. Prince Delwo, thank you very much. As for me, I'm here this morning to appreciate all the Grangidians. And also, this message go to Daniel Pine, JJ Denny, and Mr. Manye. Look, this is a time for all to put our broken pieces back together. Election comes and go. Not every time Grangidian on the election process or during the election process, we will always argue and always bring division among ourselves. Prince Delwo, I appreciate you. Thank you very much, brother. Whatsoever that you're doing here, some of all we learning from you, and don't give up. Don't be deterred by our people. Let us continue to apply our effort, the little education that we getting from this country. Let us be able to apply to our people and be able to carry on development and be able to empower our people. Unity is the best. We are in the great United States of America.
Okay.
Yet and still, we are not learning.
Thank you.
So let the people of Gamer team, let us talk to them. Let them come back together and move Grand Gila Flower.
Where
Okay.
are they going?
It's the only county that we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
But they're going somewhere.
I don't know, man. After you tell me, I don't know. Mr. T,
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
what,
Good morning, Mr. Double. How you doing?
The
yeah,
people
go ahead.
lost. They sat and
Good
pulled
morning, my beautiful sister. Long time no see.
Huh?
Good morning. Long time no see. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. Is that Mr. Erich Temo over there? How you doing, sir?
Great.
Praise God. My take on the whole convention election is that I've been listening to you. I've been following you this morning. You know about the receipt. You know, so when both can have a meeting with the election commission and the board, and the both team refused, they didn't agree, and the board asked them to go and write, and nobody write. So my thing here, both can should inform their supporters that are going to support and vote for their voters to educate our voters. Look, this may happen at the election, at the convention. Be ready because we discuss it, but we did not come to one agreement. But all your days, what I see, Prince, you know, in our community, we got few honest people that will always see chaos as a way out, and it's wrong. The convention we had in Virginia, I think it was 2015, 2016 out there. When I hold Dennis Watson or going on, they see all folks came again with that stuff. To bring the same convention about Dennis should not speak because of SYZ. Mr. Pine is a father to us. You should know better when it comes to this GGAA. JJ Dennis, also he's not a new person to this GGAA. What they did to the Gemonsu team was not right. To ask the people to pull out, not to vote, it was very wrong. It was very wrong. And my last say is that I think the whole election process, Prince, it is time that Grandian we sit down and really think about it. I think San Grandian have 3 districts, have Puno district, Chien district, and Washington district. What I think we should do moving forward, and the constitution should be amended, is that every 2 years, let a district come forward with somebody who will represent the organization for 2 years. If that person do well in that 2 years, we can go and get up for a second term.
Okay, the new constitution, I think you're talking about the constitution with Ghana is 3 years. After 3 years.
All right, so I said 3 years. That's why my thing here, we should get my thing here, Prince. We should get rid of the election. This is not a political party.
I mean, you should have gone to the kind of making the constitution to put it there. You know, put it there. It's just pass the thing Saturday. Then you want to talk.
No, that's why I said moving forward. That's why I said moving forward.
You know what we're talking about now. We'll talk about it later on. But the party passing the constitution 3 years.
Yeah, so you know, so the Bible, what they did with Gimon Suluti was not right. Falling. You know,
I did anything to him though. That's his own people that advise him.
They sent those demons Gimon through.
Yeah, advisor. His advisor.
You saw Gimon in the video going to the people in the land to walk on and follow him, and he said the people.
But he listened to advisors. And he should be smarter than that. He should be smarter than that.
Please make that make sense to me.
He should be smarter than that. If you listen to advisor and go put a point for the land of Mr. Dober, and you want to be leader,
but who?
At certain point, you should stand as a leader and say, no, my people, I know you have tried, but already the people of the land, we can't take the people from the land. Stand your ground.
Listen to the guy calling from Liberia, I beg you. Then doctor, I will ask you to please make that too. Mr. Smith, Emmanuel Smith, go ahead.
Yeah, Prince, thank you. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yeah, you're clear.
Okay, thank you, and thank you to all of your people on the show. Prince, I'm Emmanuel Smith, a son of Grand Gila County here from Kuno District, but residing in Meriden County, schooling here. I thank you for the show. I have been following from time to time, even from the beginning of these activities. Every time you're airing this information on the social media, I always online to follow. Now, let me lead these 3 words to people who contest the election. In election, we have a saying that says, there is no victory is final, and that there is no defeat is permanent. It means that if you go to election, if you win election, always continue that path. The thing the people showing you for which they voted you. You two who lost election, the next thing you can do is to also keep on trying so that another time people will see the leadership ability in you to be able to vote you. Thank you. With this, I think the decision that Gemo group took was very wrong.
You.
It was wrong. There's the same thing that happened 2011 when President we are told the Liberian people to stay away from election. At the end of the day, they declare Ellen Johnson a winner in this country. It is the same repeat that you people have there. We have been following all of the activities. Recent ban is the organization up there have been a happy to all of us back home. So if anything is going on there, we should always monitor the activities to see how best we all can handle it to be peaceful. Another thing is those people, if you are having problem with all what the election commission have placed before you, if you're having issue, I think you should have crafted your letter to them to go against that. But none of them did such a thing. They accepted, they even went for the debate. So if you are having issue, I think if I was the one contesting the election, if I were having issue, I couldn't have attended for the debate. But they turned out for the debate. During the time of election, then you back up. It's a bad example set there. And mind you, this might like they home there in time to come. They might like not even win election because certain group of people who have left their very homes, other places to go there. Not that other people don't want to go to the election, they don't want to go vote, but because you told them and they listened to it as the leader, but definitely it affected them a lot. Another thing, where the alleged information I was giving, how will someone tell election commission that you should be able to change your ballot paper? What the next day is election? What does the ballot paper have to do with election activities? Prince, I will have to be very careful. I've listened to a lot of people, even yesterday when people were having election, people were going live on their various pages and continue to be debugging to them because they were giving information that was not factual. When it even comes to the $50 payment, there's the information. Even on your show, I have been listening to it that people are supposed to pay their $50 before you go into the election. If you're not paying the $50, not only enter you, most of you up there can sell $50 just for birthday. Why instead you refuse to pay the $50? I don't think the $50 was going to use for the personal use, but we're not to go in the cover of the people. But at the end of the day, the people refused to pay the $50 and they back off from election. Those of you who back off from election, you put no the way for yourself. And mind you, in time to come, it's going to hunt you guys. I don't think Gemo is going to win election again. I'm not against him, but that's the clear fact. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. That's Mr. Smith. The guy all the way in Maryland.
In Maryland.
I don't know that Dr. ever been to Maryland, but Dr. you been to Maryland? You ever thinking about going to Maryland?
No.
No.
I'm going to this place, Bantria first.
Oh, Bantria. Oh, okay. Oh, that my man. That is your mentor. And I got woman here. Dusty's wife.
I'm planning to go to Bantria.
Bantria.
I want to let the guys that asked a question about it, this receipt thing. I mean, this receipt thing should not be the primary motive for Grand Julian to go and vote.
For walking out.
No, it shouldn't be primary motive that if Pierre Gosselin does not come in or to pay the election,
the $50.
The $50 to go in there and go make decision. It shouldn't be the motive of election. Let the next election that's coming, let them use the raw stuff.
There's something that in the constitution, bro. It's constitutional. There's no way.
But Prince,
not been implied. But
Prince, you are on the election commission in Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
And in Minnesota, I think I want to put Washer in there. And what you guys are doing was you are going by the roster for every state.
Yeah.
And we were there, and we were there to verify it, right?
Yes. You know
so then what happened with this one?
Let me come in. I'm from the board. The guy just quoted the constitution.
You still on the board, Aries?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, he's on the board, yes.
If we were on the board while you're in Colorado, now he moved to Texas, putting bottom. The man got Johnny was still in good and he got on the board, you know, steps.
Something can start from somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
What the provision of the Constitution, Article 8, Section 1AB. That is the conference, the national conference elected officials.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say national conference, we are talking about the delegates that will go in the hall. And before you begin the conference, you know you are going in the hall to pay that $50. So, in order to vote, we're supposed to apply that long time ago. We were not applying it. So this can start from somewhere. So
okay.
$50.
You know, Aries, that's the problem, though. That's the problem here.
Let me learn. However, like I said yesterday morning, I was there by 8 o'clock. What I was doing is like I was checking the names because the board or the national administration provided names or every chapter. It was not in order. It was in alphabetical order, but you're not going by chapters. So when you come, first thing, you want the video, you see me. I will verify your name, and you get your receipt. You go. You don't get receipt, and I see your name. You still go vote.
On the where?
With your ID card
On
on
the
the roster. On the roster.
On the raw roster, okay.
On the roster for the general public.
Mm-hmm.
Every chapter send a name in, and they'll not.
Yeah.
And you say you bring I'll check that I'll go by the G or Augusta, I'll go by the A. I'll see your chapter.
Mm-hmm.
The receipt, it was not really or the problem, it was not really mandatory. You know, but we just said that because something can start from somewhere, but because the constitution will not continue to the people. So we educated the people. They vote before they prior to the election. We went on print our show and we told them, you know, so that's what the 15th hour was about. You know, but however, Nigerians all had the opportunity to vote. The only disappointing thing is do not pay all your resources and come for election, then you boycott the election. It was wrong. Let's speak about that.
In the 2019 election, we voted with a roster.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And your name is on the roster.
In 2015 too, we
In
voted
2015,
with the roster.
Come and say,
Yeah.
You don't get results.
Well, my point here, Eric T and Wilson T. Wilson T.
Yeah, say won't call me Eric now.
I say T, my man. Because if the election commission rules,
Mm-hmm.
if they say they will change it in the middle of the game, if you
Okay.
don't agree with it,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have gone in the race in the first place.
I agree with that.
And they were called.
And the thing was sent out according to the man in October.
Mm-hmm.
So when the rules say they got a right to change the rule in the middle of the game, who go play football game and they say why you're playing, they can change the rule. You will not go.
But then when they agree to it, when they had a thing and they agree to it, then what's the problem? Why they pull it out? The time when they present it, you're not satisfied with it. You should have stand wrestle without agree.
Exactly.
You should have stand wrestle without agree, but you agree. Now come for the pro implementing what you agree to, then you're pulling out. So I think I think what I see here, Prince, let me just say this. I think what I see here is that they knew you're gonna get defeated by Eden. So they didn't want to get either that clear video, just want to count to be in one video.
No,
I think that's why they did it.
But it's still clear though. It's still clear. They didn't
No,
vote.
it's still clear, but that was a plan. It's still clear, but I think that was a plan.
Yeah, but only 37 people voted.
What was clear?
It was clear.
It was clear. Either one.
What was clear?
It was clear like either one.
I want to hear what the doctor said was clear. I don't know.
No, I said it was clear because 37 to 4.
But the people who left the hall, who were to the people play there, they were playing.
They were playing over 200.
Well, but they
So
didn't.
so you're trying to say even when they say that were 400 people over there, they were still going to win.
But even as that, if we go by the roster, the people that voted from the vote count, that were 37 to 400 and some more. So they lost. At the end of the day, they lost. That's their own issue for boycotting or pulling their people off the line.
I think they didn't have confidence in themselves they were going to win. That's why they did what they did. They didn't have the confidence they were going to win.
I just want to let you guys know the $50 was not the problem.
No, we understand that. We understand that.
$50 was the $50 thing here. My thing is that they changed the rules in the middle of everything, and I continue to say that because I have never voted.
The rules were not changed. The rules were not changed, but doctor. The rules were amended. They added it only. They didn't change the whole. They added the message, but that you couldn't have gone into that race. I don't think anybody else going to go in that race.
No, I wouldn't have gone into race with that kind of stipulation. Those stipulations were just wrong.
Well, you couldn't have gone to that race. I know you go see that kind of thing.
I wouldn't have gone into no race with those kind of stipulations.
I will make sure that the man strap that part out. That part.
But they saw it, they saw it, and they agreed to it. So I don't see a problem with that.
Let's go to the two colors here. My Bibli and Sally Yali. 1 minute. Mike, go ahead.
Prince, thank you very much. And let me say hello to Japan.
and all her analysis. Thank you for your analysis. Prince, something Mr. Taylor just said, and he said it can happen, is that, I don't want to speak to we Ghanaians how our election aftermath plays out. Now, you made a very good point that Ghanaian has 3 days.
I'll see. Yeah.
If
Okay, Dad.
presidencies can play, a model.
Prince, thank you for having me.
Why the political election thing, as we are running a non-profit organization, it will be a very good thing. People apply to the board, they go vet them, and select, somebody to represent a district, to go there for the leadership. Now, every year, every election year, portion of Ghanaian will fall back and now return to support the administration or the person who wins the election. It's not taking it anywhere. What happened yesterday, I agree with Dr. Khan. I've been seeing the thing yesterday. German team will have contested the election or participate yesterday. Then from there, they will even give you a formidable force for any potential election you will have in the future. So thank you. I also made that the fact that the constitution is approved now, it can still be amended. But thank you.
Thank you, Sally. Go ahead.
Yeah, Prince, how are you doing? Thank you this morning. The whole something that went on concerning the game of people running away from the election hall yesterday morning. It was playing. When we were sitting on the seat, Prince Teal from Arizona, the vice president, our Saleh Yali was sitting right there with Gemo. Gemo, it was around 11. Gemo said that they were going to boycott the election because serious here that if you show your ticket, your receipt, you're not going to take part in the election. So they will boycott the election, and they started making remarks, how blood will waste, all kinds of things they said like the order will need it. That's how that in there. So everything that happened, it was plain. It was not strange thing that happened there. They had a plan, they came with it. Because if you come, you say you want to lead an organization, and you stopping people from paying the $50 hour. We want to pay the $50 hour money you use. So you run the organization when you win. The money was for both sides. Whoever win the election was going to take the money. So I don't know why they're making issue out of that thing. You had to go sit down. You had to go sit down. Either shouldn't run behind them when they're ready to come by.
You saying Ben should join them and go sit down?
Yeah, there you go sit down. You don't go sit down. Either not running behind them. The next election will bring themselves back.
Ain't no rumor.
By election time they can come back. I read Australia.
Don't get your president, your pressure. It will be okay. Thank you.
I want my dog to go down for you.
What kind of post you now? But you up there, you can't post you enter the border room. This is not a dog. You see the border room stand there? People come here, they got to kind of take picture with the border room stand. My man, what you don't get internet, you don't stay, you not go out there, and want to confide there.
And we not to pull that.
Well, you want to show, but at the bar place, I want to come for Ali, I guess, not to go outside the Canadian side. So, Mercy Garo.
Mercy, how you doing, my sister?
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm okay. That Prince, I shouldn't come. I can't. Prince, I can't. Okay, that me too. I shouldn't come. Why you see me there?
Yeah, I'm begging to put my knee down. I'm begging you.
What do you mean? What happened to your voice too?
Prince.
Yeah,
I think they put out to a plan by Marco Game, by Marco Game.
I mean, again, you call Marco Game money.
Mama, I get information.
It's not reliable.
But remember statement that you two are getting will put out the shit, right? You make a statement of that.
What in that?
Oh man, they two are planning. They plan to disturb the election. You are playing.
So what's it, Mr. T?
Yes, man.
Let me come in a little bit, please.
Yeah, come in.
Okay, so I've been hearing people crying wolf, like election was like this, the board like this, the board like that. One of the reasons we
Go ahead.
Don't make- I beg your pardon. What did you say?
No,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Okay. So, one of the reasons that we as African,
Yeah, we will do one or two things.
one of the reasons we as African, we can't go far.
Look at the man went to the bottom room.
I just got in the boiler room. How you doing today? What's going on, man? Yes, sir.
Yeah, please let my sister Mercy talk, right?
Go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
SG, how are you? So,
I'm good, man.
one of the reasons we as African Liberians as whole, we don't go far whenever we establish something. This is it. When the white man put something together and he wants to see that thing to go far, to last, they make something they call rules, principle, law, or policy. That whoever comes to that institution, be it a job, be it whatever it is, must follow. Now, there's no need of we African, kind of practicing these things because we don't obey these things. And that's why when we start something, it doesn't go far. Okay? When an African man starts something, they will do it on a family base instead of following the policies of that company or that institution, whatever it is. They just do it anyhow. So if these people are crying in the board, excuse me, in the name of the board, saying that, oh, the Constitution, we should not do it this time. Why must it be this time? Maybe this is the right time now that people need to start following rules or law. Any institution who does not have a rules or policy is not going to go anywhere. Anybody can do anything. So when you create something and you're going to do it as family, they GG been going on a family nonsense too long. That's why people are not taking it serious. Oh, we are one people, we are family. No, this institution has a dialogue, has a rules, policy, principle that we all must follow. But a crown man doesn't take these things serious. And we say we in a white man land, we want to see ourselves progressing, we want to see ourselves moving forward. But we do not have principle. And that's why even in our own setting, friendship, every friendship must have a boundary. Every friendship must have a level. Know your friend weakness, stay there. Do not cross it. So if GGA do not have a constitution or dialogue rules to follow, why must there be an institution? And you're crying today, oh, what at this time? That everything, there's a reason they say everything have time. Maybe this is the time now. We take this
is the time that we're supposed to start implementing this stuff.
Don't start implementing it. Maybe that's the time. You know how many people are staying that way because they feel that people are not following the rules or law? So they need to start crying, wolf, and that thing is water under the bridge. So we are surpassed that. We are moving forward. And henceforth, if this was something that the born just wake up and create, then they are looking for confusion. But this thing has been in the Constitution since it was founded. This institution was founded. So that's poor excuse that you're giving.
Yeah, I think every job talking about that. So yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Yeah, but
every said I don't do it then about it. Like for the 5 years, they haven't implementing this stuff.
Let me just come in. Like I said earlier, the $50 of the receipt is not a problem. We have Grandians that mean well for the organization. That don't count to the convention, but they're saying they're $50. Whatever Grandians that cannot take the rental cars, that take the plane ticket, that do everything, that $50 can pay. You're not an issue.
You're not. I agree with you. I agree with you.
That is premeditated.
That's why I just say this thing was a planned thing. It was premeditated by the demonstration.
It's not about individual. We know that Fragrant had done it and he went. So anybody can do it. There is what GGA that is bigger than any also. So if you have your county, your organization heart, somebody say meet them. They say Boko. I flew from all the way down to Texas. Then I come here. Say,
No, Eric, my brother, they just prove to Gregorians that Mr. Gamer is incompetent as running the organization. If he can sit there and lie about something, pull out and he is pulling from the line, he's not capable enough to lead the organization. So he just proved that to the Gregorians.
Where the right belong, that's what it there. That is just it.
That just proved it right there.
Oh, you cannot
So you can pay that way, pay for the hotels, rapping and stuff, and then say, take them from the line, and then you want to lead your organization. He's incompetent of leading the organization. That just costs us.
So the board had nothing to do with election. We just there to guard the people. The election commission took over everything on Sunday. We had nothing to do. This information was given us in October to both teams. And then both teams were called to the board. Any information that the election commission gave, you don't like it, Rick. How long it take you? Nobody. Silent, consented.
Yes, I listened to an interview with Mr. Fine.
A day to go, then you said change the ballot. Yeah. The ballot sample was in the chat room, in the national chat room. For almost
everything not chakayin.
You agree, you change the pictures. But what about the check man you're talking about? What you don't
I think what Mr. Fine yesterday, he said he met with the president and he told the president to intervene with the election commission. And I said, but she had no power on the people. They put her independent by. Why would she go and tell them, say, you don't do this? She had no power. So I listened to the interview yesterday.
There are a lot of people upstairs and they want to come here in the border room. So I think we're going to conclude this in a conclusive environment. And then the people come here so the border room can capture these people. And right now, let me tell you now, I said, Carolina, yes, she's away going, but she's feeling bad and she's not entering the border room to be taking for this.
Please stop picking for Mercy. I beg you. Don't pick for Mercy. Leave Mercy alone.
Wife.
Mercy, don't say anything and you won't pick for us.
Yes.
And in the chair, while I'm asking the poor, you report the question. So you see,
that chair, book for that chair, or put don't say that cash you will put don't get so and say that called general say no.
She want join the border room, eh?
Oh yeah, that's it. Call a border room saying it will catch you join them.
But she's jealous. She not sitting in the chair.
Mercy, I'm sitting in this chair. I mean, it's comfortable. Wow.
But not listen to that praise, man. Not mind.
Mercy, Galo.
Yes.
You stay in town?
Listen, Prince, the last time I went there, I entered there, but I never sat down because you were at work that night. I got here Thursday. Last week, Thursday.
But you should have sat in a chair.
No, sir, man. It's a bomber.
So, people, I can't sit on that chair?
You know that chair here, a powerful people can sit in this chair.
So you want to say, man, I'm powerful?
So I'm not powerful? But I think she knows she's talking to her, Prince. Can you introduce me to her?
Oh, Prince, introduce me to the man because you already introduced me as Barnabas, a beautiful wife.
That's Sophie Ja.
That's me right here.
Okay, Sophie, this is Western Tay. How you doing?
Oh, Mr. Tay, how you doing?
I'm okay. Nice meeting you.
It's a pleasure. Prince, I gotta go eat that pamata behind them. I gotta eat that pamata. I gotta go taste that pamata. Marcia, you left already?
Not yet.
Oh. What you said to her? He said, not yet, Marcia.
Oh, we enjoy ourselves.
Why a man looking forward there?
He want me to pass.
You want you to get stuff?
You know, you get jealous, brother.
Yeah, brother, just point out a packet. Also, you know, play. Okay, so this is it, right?
Upstairs now, so we got to go attend to the people.
Yeah, I tell you, that's a good conversation.
The president will come back in the studio.
Okay, that's a good conversation. Must say, take care of yourself over there. Prince, that day your time will be take care of until she go by.
Okay.
What can I?
She said she stay in the town, so take care of her.
Wait.
Huh?
What kind of protective insurance you giving to Prince Thomas to have to protect.
No, you gotta protect you. You know, you gotta be protected. You want a powerful lady in the community, you gotta be protected.
Wait, you need to call me later. I don't know. You just sent me your number the last. I don't know if I still have it.
Okay, I'll call you.
Yes, you know. And say
All right, I gotta go upstairs to the people.
Okay,
go
Prince.
to the people, Prince.
All right, okay. Nice show, guys. Area, thank you.
I mean,
This is Augustus Bean, the guy who reported the voice of Jide.
What's the Jide?
The only thing I want to tell Nigeria is let them start tampering with Constitution.
Thank you, Papa.
Yeah.
Let them respect the Constitution.
Yeah, another commission will come and then switch something again inside there. They will bring chaos again. You know. So let us remain as it is, and you know, let them work with it.
The commissioner.
No, I think what we need to do for now is to implement what is in our Constitution.
The commission cannot play with Constitution.
Listen.
No, I agree. They can implement what is in it.
This is not the Constitution. This is the election guidelines. GGA.
Every election has its own guideline, right? Every election has its own guideline.
Where's the guideline here?
Okay, wait, they're not guidelines.
So every time, yes.
Yeah, every election has its own guideline.
You expect the people to 2028 would work with 2025.
No, they'll come up with their own guideline.
They don't stand on one.
No, you cannot stand on one
No,
guideline.
you can't do that, sir. You can't stay on one page.
When they elect another commission to come in with their own guidelines.
Yeah.
Even national elections, when new commissions come in, they come with their own guide. They don't go with the old guideline the old commissions are using.
How would they come where with the guideline? Where they work with the other previous one?
That's it, man. I mean,
yeah, even national elections they do that. National elections, the new commission can come in and work with the old commissions guideline. They always come with their own guideline.
The fire when why you're not understanding this thinking in October. Why you now back on against it?
My man, we always they told how they plan. They had to plan to pull out because they already defeated themselves. So they had to plan to pull out. They didn't have the confidence of going to win the election.
Why not?
So they just want that excuse. So your poor, why either win? They just want to get us make ourselves feel happy.
It's already made up, and then you try to like
the people just
so people, my dog came on there, you know, my parents don't find out just disappointing them. They're disappointing the Nigerians.
This guideline, they didn't even take a look on the guideline.
I'm not responsible for that.
But I mean, you're a journalist. You went there,
that's what I'm saying. If I try to ask them what kind of question, it's scoring somebody.
So you call in there. You don't want to call in there.
I don't want to call in.
The show finished. We're going upstairs.
But we still on the show. Say show finished.
We're going to come back. We're going to come out, madam.
And once the president comes, when the president comes, we're going to bring the sound here and share it out here. And we'll hold on whoever in the town to enter the room.
No, must be living shortly. Should not be the town. Also, whoever in the town must be living shortly.
And now conflict, Dian. Conflict vert encore. Sorry, conflict. Beautiful conflict intern here with us.
So you guys stand by.
She called me. She called me to tell me that they in Minnesota they reached because they left at 6 o'clock. So they in Minnesota already, and she in your house. Conflict sorry, conflict Dian. Kamati Dian's sister.
Debbie sorry.
Kamati Dian is always here, already on your way to come here and enter the border room. And now you come in, you know what? Now you are here in the border room.
Now who there?
You there? Oh my, go inside. You can't let the post see your face. The people enter in the room is jam-packed to the number nonsense.
Who the border room? Who are there?
What you want to know for?
She's going upstairs.
Marcy, let's move on that border room. We'll come out later when the president comes. We'll come back.
With the president lied. The president.
But Marcy, you going to the airport?
I'm thinking about leaving.
I'm going just now.
Marcy, don't tell that man nothing. Don't tell you nothing.
I got leaving in 4 hour time.
Don't say anything. Marcy, anything says okay. No info.
But Marcy, you're like 15 minutes away from me. Drive here.
But who will come for me? I can't drive. I'm gonna ask somebody to drop me off.
But you're sitting in the car.
We're coming for you.
I can't drive, man. Come on. I don't have my license.
Tell somebody to drive you here now. Drive you in the airport.
Please.
Bring your bag. Go bring your bag. Bring your bag.
I will ask Pele. Let me ask Pele.
Tell Pele.
When you get out, border room, make sure you call. So if I call you again, I'll call you.
I know.
Yes, sir.
Please stand by.
You know that the commissioner brother here?
Yeah, the president elect.
Look at the man lying in T and T. And the guy
and the vice president.
They're not the man here?
Yeah,
T and T. They're not elect. They are not elect.
No, they won election, so they are elect.
They were sworn in yesterday by the board.
They must say
president.
they still okay.
They don't press. They are. They was once you are sworn in by the board, you
So
are.
once they are so you take the own office.
No, I said president elect because they how
The board.
The inaugural program. You're formality.
Okay, I'll be here. So I'll be here. Once the president comes, I'll be here.
Was sworn in yesterday by
I'll be here.
Okay, so let's go up there, man. Go find something.
But go upstairs and go. You stop him from going. You can eat it.
I I'll ride in my stomach.
Let me play one. And this is the video. The man at Treasure went to Edith yesterday and congratulated Edith.
We want to congratulate the organization and the country of we must applaud our people for coming out here in order to exercise their political franchise and their constitutional right. The organization remains paramount. The organization is above. The organization is above every one of us.
That's Archie Mao there. I call it the guy. He was Gilmore Treasure. Gilmore Treasure. Archie. He saw he went to the hall last night around 7, 8, and he congratulated the president. Yeah, he went there and congratulated the president, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna wait when Madam Edith Poir comes in his hall. We're gonna bring her down here, and she's gonna sit here in the borders room, hottest seat that I always sit in the interview hall. She will sit here, and then she will talk to the people. Deconti Bajiro says she reached home. Deconti Bajiro got thank God you reached home safe and sound, and everything went well here. Everybody went home here. That's good. My respect to Commissioner Everett is honest. That's from Tony. I don't know if Tony Mooney was in town here or not, but he should have introduced himself to me. I don't know. So we're gonna go upstairs and find something to eat and wait for the president. But the show was just to clarify things and make sure that things are put in place and give out information. Yes, you can see that the people of Grand Jita County are move on. They don't have time for yaba yaba and yobo yobo and didiba and didubu. I came down here straight. I will approve it again. Don't worry. Yeah, you see here.
The contention right now, the argument here is that once your name is verified, there was a law passed that you have to come to the convention last night in order to vote. So that means you come and then you pay your $50 and get your receipt. Only those who will be allowed to vote are convention attendees. So those who attended the convention are now in line, and you come here to verify your name, your ID, and show your receipt, and your ballot is given to you, and you go and cast the ballot. That's what is going on right now in Kentucky, Louisville. I keep saying Minneapolis. I'm a native of Minneapolis, so we are going down here. Election. People have the receipts on the phone, and people have the receipts, the actual paper. So they are showing the receipts this morning, and they are doing the thing. We are here in Louisville, Kentucky, and the election has commenced. Polling places, polling station is open. People are in line. Our mothers are already here to cast the ballots. Some people will start driving as to cast the ballot and start driving and go to their various homes. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us and you are part of the Grand Jita Association and you're here in the Kentucky Louisville area, you need to come out here now and start voting. They are putting process in place. in the place, the election is ongoing. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy it. We're going to be here till, I think polling places probably close at 4 p.m. I think it's 4 or 5. I will confirm it with the election commission. The chairman, I will ask him, I will interview him, and we will get to know what is actually going on here. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see people are taking their ballot and they're going on. The thing will be peaceful. So if you are joining us from anywhere you are this morning, Nigerians are in Kentucky, Louisville, you will say that, but we will live here, the native of this place, we call them Louisville. So they are in Louisville. And
All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you. Bye.